Hello, everyone. So today I want to look at this matrix. It was a question in the Facebook group, but I really like this matrix because this one is like one of my favorite karmas. And basically, there's like the most common combination is like 1899. But there's like three different combinations and they all have three different meanings. So it can be like 918 9, or like in this case is like 9918. And the question was, so I will be explaining like somebody who already familiar with the metrics of destiny, right? So this is basically karmic numerology that represents like that is using 22 energies or like numbers than the other name. And these energies or numbers can be in different locations. So it can be our resources, our talents, our financial line, and our karma from our past lives, or in other words, the karmic tale, how we would explain it. Then you can look at the energies on each chakra, or you can look at the personal mission and social mission. And I personally use just this metrics calculator because this is the one that gives us also the numbers of the keys. And basically, a lot of schools will explain the regular metrics, but not too many people will explain you what are the keys. And the keys basically were discovered by Yulia Snegovaya, the person who actually discovered all of the karmic tales, all of the karmic programs. And her latest discovery was about the keys. And this is the kind of like the answer to how unlock the program, how to unlock the karmic programs. But today, what we're going to be looking at, so the question was, the person is interested about the finances and the talents. And if he or she can be clinical psychologist, or maybe even making movies that can have the psychological meaning. And it's always the question is like always have a reason why this person actually is even asking that. So if we're going to be, I always start my readings with the karmic tale because it can explain everything, because every other energies, they basically kind of like add-ons, like why exactly what person did in the past and why now we have these resources, these talents, right? So with this karmic program, like I said, it's a little bit different from the common 1899, right? Because that one is like the wizard, the hermit. And this one is called the wizard magical knowledge. So what was happening in the past? In the past, the person had abilities. He had like these special abilities and everything was getting like super easy. Like he just decided like basically it's like, little like magical abilities, right? So he could, he or she in the past can materialize like ideas or like dreams or whatever was happening. So the person just thought about that and it appeared, right? So like maybe say something like that and it appeared. The person didn't pay too much attention how it happened, right? It was just happening. But what was happening later? For in some point of life, the person was getting in a situation where it either like the knowledge maybe was like whatever he was doing, it maybe caused some problems to the other people. Maybe people just got jealous and like the person decided like yeah, I don't want to cause problems to the other people, and he just decided to block his abilities, to block his knowledge. And according to the soul's plan, there was basically what was happening. The person need to like in the past need to level up. So he or she in the past just like meet the situation. So instead of kind of like giving up and blocking the abilities, it should be like a higher level, higher opening of the abilities. Like, and what needs to be done? In the past, the person need to like really understand why it was happening, like really research like why it caused this, and like was it the abilities that caused this to that situation or to that people. And in ideal situation, like with the higher abilities, the person should be helping others. But what happened in the past, the person blocked abilities and he decided that I don't want to cause any problems. I prefer to live without my abilities, without my knowledge, and something else. And what is happening in this lifetime? So basically, I mean, like the new generation may not have this problem like so clear as it was, because like whoever was born in the 80s, right, the main problem about this karma will be that they will be actually rejecting everything that is like about the psychic abilities, right? They will be staying away about anything that is like unexplainable, or like something that is like unusual. But the people who like born late, like lately in the well in 2000 and something, they may not have this fear. But what is the other main reason? What is happening with this karma? And this is the lesson that all of the people with this karma need to pass. They need to understand that those people who they're thinking that they may be like special, like with the abilities or with something else, they're thinking that they're not part of the other group. Like those people are special, they're like basically like kissed by gods or something else, but I'm not belonging to them. But this person with this karma, deep inside, he will be feeling that there's like something like that the soul is calling. So it can be like either people with like clairvoyance, or like people who is like interested in numerology or somebody else, but the person is like drawn to that people, but he is not, he's still separating himself from the others, because he's thinking like only special people deserve that or something else. But the most important lesson for this karma is actually, if you feel this desire, like you said, like about the movies or creating movies with the psychology interpretation, something else, if you're drawn to something like that, you definitely need to go there. And believing, like in your case, it will be like a much deeper, especially if you're going to be looking. So this karmic tail is on the third chakra, right? So the karmic chakra is the third chakra. So it's a huge realization, right? So in this huge realization, like, like I said, it's from the past, but right now the use like kind of like a spiritual point where like which chakra you need to be by the age of 50 or 60 kind of like realized on, it will be like for some people it will be like lower chakra, so they need to make a small impact to something else. Like I mean, like it's not, it's again like the soul chose that, so they have their own mission. But for you, for this person exactly who were born on the 6th of February 2008, your mission is actually on the sixth chakra. So what it means, so basically at certain age, like after you will be like making your search, like opening up, like in discovering yourself. And it's actually super important to research about yourself, like in this numerology, then to go to and research yourself in the astrology, like what astrology will tell you about, what this psychic will tell about me. So you basically kind of like collecting this picture about yourself after you will be that confident enough that you basically, you do have these abilities from your past life. And as soon as you basically will be going towards whatever desire you have, like that soul kind of like calling you, faster you will be opening up your abilities. And like I said, like your abilities will open up on the third eye chakra, right? So it's basically will be discovery that will change like mind of a lot of people, not just like small group, but it will be like a really great invention, or like or whatever it will be happening, but it will affect a lot of people. So like whenever you're thinking like I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, and especially if you're looking at your main energy, the sixth energy is like always like in the minus position, it will be comparing yourself with the others, and like not in the plus position for you. It's like you will be seeing that these people they're talented, these people is talented, and I'm like not even staying close to that people. And more you will be feeling like seeing your value, like faster you will get towards those people, and basically faster you will be opening up your abilities. So if we're going to be looking at the finances, right? So the 10th energy, like I know some people will look at this area, but this is basically the area that will tell you what will increase your money flow in this lifetime. But this is the karmic energy from your past life. So what you were doing with the finance in the past that needs to be done differently in this lifetime. So I will just point the main areas what to do now, right? So if we're going to be looking at the 10th energy, is basically to work for yourself, right? So working in your own space. And if we have 10th on the financial line, it's sometimes like, when the person's actually, again, like if whenever you have self-confidence and you allow yourself, like, to make easy money, because this can be a negative belief that easy money is like forbidden, or like I cannot do that or something else. But with this one, there is actually a talent to help other people to see opportunities, to see and start to use opportunities. Of course, like it's super important for yourself to see and use those opportunities, right? But this is the gift to help others to see the opportunities. So basically, you can come either in the conversation with somebody, you can just point that, or you can come and be like literally like the helper who is coming to the companies and seeing seeing the whole picture and what can be improved so this company can go on the next level. 11th energy. This is the energy that is point that you can actually be an energy healer. Like you can be like little like Reiki healer, or like do whatever energy energy stuff can be, and especially using your magic abilities, because like it's like written here, like you do have your magical gifts. So it's can be energy healing, or it can be holding a lot of projects. So you can be successful in this and this and this, right? Starting like a lot of projects even at the same time. 19th energy is the energy of prosperity. So whenever you actually heal your inner child, again, like who is like thinking that I don't deserve, people are higher than me, right? When you're working with your negative beliefs towards yourself, right? And allowing yourself, like just to be happy, enjoy the money, right? So it can be again like the money is like evil, or like I guess subconscious beliefs that may stop these energies. Again, subconscious beliefs that formed from the past. And basically, if we're going to look at this combination, this is the combination that formed the karmic program, right? And in this karmic program, the person is like, can really be like super excited, super enthusiastic about like doing something. So like nobody even doubt that this person will finish it. But in the minus position, the person who's actually will be sabotaging. Like he will be super in like kind of like excited, like I said, about this idea, even about the psychology, right? But at some point, and it's according to this program, if this program is in minus, he wouldn't be finishing. He wouldn't be getting towards the results. And for this person, it's actually super important. Like whenever you start something, especially if it's like the soul calling, whenever you start something, just like go towards that. Whenever you're gonna have this time where you will be feeling that I want to give up, you still need to do at least something like small steps, and then the excitement will come again, the energy will come again. But like it's super important not to stop and finish, even like start with the small activities, right? Just finish, like start something and make it till the end, something that can be done in a short period of time. But more you will be finishing, more results you will be getting, more energy will be unpacking, more projects will be coming. And if we're going to be looking at the talents, right? So there's a second energy, which tells that the person is like really gifted intuitively, like really gifted. And like looking at the karmic tale, we know why, right? Because like this is the person with magical abilities. Like he has like the pure connection. Actually, there's even the program, the pure connection with the higher self, right? So whenever you listen to your intuition, like you can actually even read the energy from the informational fields of the other people, or even from the Akashic records, right? So there's like a working with information, like easy working with information again, like the one that you blocked in the past. Now you have a gift of doing that. 13th energy, this is the strongest energy of transformation, right? So you can actually people, like you can change your life, you can change people's life, you can do you can work even with a transformational money game, like, or like not just money game, but money game can actually fit really good in this point where you have a tense energy. So if you will be interested in transformational games, which connect actually psychology and transformation, just send me a message. I can explain you how you can be a host of transformational game, right? And making money from that. But this is the energy that tells you like no matter which instrument you will be using, you can transform like really deeply someone's life. Sometimes even in conversation with you, people will be coming and they say like, oh, I cannot start like doing exercise, something else. That just by communicating with you, next day they can text you and like I'm saying that finally I start running, or like finally I start doing sports, something else. Finally I start doing these projects, right? So whenever the person is like in the plus position of this one, whenever he's not afraid of changing his own life, right? Saying goodbye to things that maybe not serve you anymore. So this is where the transformation comes. And the 11th energy, like I said, it's again like working with the energy, like again energy field, energy healing, or like a lot of projects, or like just accepting your own power. So again, like in the past, the person gave up his power, and like now he's comparing himself and thinking that he's not worth enough, right? He's like lower than somebody else. In the plus position, this is someone who is like accepting his force, accepting his strong strengths, right? And helping other people to gain their strength, right? Again, like it can be like transformational movies or something else, but this is something like this is someone who can actually really affect, like I said, like the working with the having your spiritual realization on your third eye chakra, you can really change the mind of a lot of people. Oh, and actually, I just look at the first chakra, and like here's another program, right? So like 18, 10, 10 is like seriously a combination of my favorite programs here. So this is like when you have a fear of trusting the higher self. Again, like whenever the person is like, will be kind of like drawn to something spiritual, right? Drawn to like just basically rely on the universe and get the gifts. But from the past, the person decided that he or she can do it by himself, or like the spiritual teachers, or like that other world didn't help him enough. So it was some kind of like blockages towards that program. But whenever this program is in the plus position, look, there is a pure channeling, there is like the huge support from the higher self. So it's either again like when this program is kind of like in the minus, the person is afraid of like there will be always doubting himself, like afraid of starting something new. And it's super important to try something new, right? To go and search in these activities and these activities, especially the activities like that you're drawn to. And when you're thinking that you may not belong to that people because they're special, this is where you need to go. Because like I'm saying, like right now you're thinking about combining psychology and movies, right? But it can be much much higher. Like it can be like, even looking at this program, like there is a huge potential, huge results, huge realization, right? So I guess that's all what I wanted to say. So if you have any questions, yes, feel free to reach me. And if somebody else will be watching this video besides the person who is on the metrics, I do have online live metrics reading. So I created a group. We actually do it, well, right now, maybe not that often, but still. So I'm gonna, in the comment section, I'm gonna leave a note about the group. So you're welcome to join.